David.
I'm Brian Schaefer.
JC.
Barbara.
When the Center for Disease Control says antibiotic resistance is one of their top concerns, you know it's a serious problem. MRSA, which is a bacterial skin infection, has infected 95,000 people since 2005. 18,650 have died. MRSA is on track to be resistant to all antibiotics, and that, according to the CDC, could be disastrous. Hello, I'm Jim Ward, and this is my persuasive speech. Today we're going to talk about antibiotic resistance, why it occurs, what damages it does, and how you can help stop it. Most everyone has taken an antibiotic in their life. It was labeled as the wonder drug. Penicillin was first discovered in 1928 in a laboratory in England when mold fell into a dish of bacteria and overnight had killed it. It wasn't until 1945 until humans started to use penicillin to treat infections, and in fact many soldiers in World War II were saved on the battlefield by penicillin, where in previous wars soldiers had died on the battlefield from infection. The way antibiotics work, they attack the cell membrane and they kill its ability to replicate. So bacteria is killed by antibiotics. Antibiotics leaves healthy cells alone. The problem with antibiotic resistance can best be described using Darwin's theory, Charles Darwin's theory of natural selection, which states that over time, species change to adapt to their environment. You may be familiar with the saying, only the strong survive. Bacteria, over time, will replicate itself, stronger than the medicines that are designed to kill it. In fact, Jan Henderson, who runs a website called The Health Culture, has stated, and I quote, "This process is a natural, unstoppable phenomenon, exacerbated by abuse, overuse, and misuse of antibiotics in the treatment of human illness, and in animal husbandry, aquaculture, and agriculture. Our challenge is to slow the rate at which resistance develops and spreads," unquote. Let's take a look at the causes of this problem. Abuse. Many people will take this drug wrongly, and it does not kill the bacteria fully. Overuse. Too many prescriptions are written, and that lessens the ability of antibiotics to work. Doctors should not prescribe antibiotics for viral infections. It only works against bacterial infections. And in animal husbandry, antibiotics and growth hormones are injected into livestock to make them grow bigger and keep them healthier. And then as humans, we ingest that, including the antibiotics, in our food. And in agriculture, plants are treated with antibiotics, and that causes sometimes runoff into our water system. Now let's see what we can do together to help prevent this problem from growing. Solutions include doctors prescribing antibiotics properly, and that means prescribing it just for bacterial infections and not viral infections. Farmers, of course, should curtail their use of antibiotics, and that would help the problem greatly. As patients, we should take our antibiotics as directed, and we should finish all of the medicine. If we many times stop taking the medicine because we feel better, that gives the bacteria a chance to grow stronger inside our bodies. So the word is to take your medicine until the prescription has expired. And as consumers, we can look for the American Humane Certified certification on poultry. That is a program that identifies livestock that have not been treated with antibiotics or growth hormones. And finally, try to curtail your use of antibacterial soaps and detergents. That causes runoff into our streams and into our water table. So in conclusion, let me reiterate that antibiotics may be a valuable tool to fight infection, but over time, bacteria will create and develop resistance. And as explained by Darwin's theory of natural selection, this will grow to become a big problem. And it is exacerbated by abuse, overuse, misuse in agriculture also. So our solution is for doctors to prescribe the product, antibiotics, correctly, for patients to take the medicine properly, for farmers to curtail their use of antibiotics, and for consumers to shop wisely and look for products that are not treated with antibiotics. Finally, I want you to think of a horror movie, Revenge of the Bacteria. Evil bacteria has taken small-town America hostage, making the population sick. No known drug therapy can stop the spreading doom. But biology to the rescue. With all of us participating, scientists can make stronger drugs and monitor new strains. We can control the misuse of antibiotics, and this will save the day. Thank you. I'd be happy to entertain questions at this time.
What is aquaculture?
Aquaculture is the use of growing plants and food in water. And antibiotics do get into our water system, and this does cause more consumption of antibiotics within the general population. And that can create more of a problem with antibiotic resistance. There are aquatic farms, for instance, that grow plants and actual fish for human consumption. And we want to keep antibiotics out of that system.